Terapagos is a really interesting restricted Pokemon introduced in Generation 9 with multiple abilities, and Terra Starstorm has some very unique properties, especially with the Stellar Terra. We're going to be trying out Specs Terapagos, this team based on a team that got top 8 at the VR online tournament, which was a huge online tournament at the start of Regulation G, and seeing how well it can perform. This is a Tailwind offensive Terapagos team. The idea of the team is Terra Starstorm through your opponent. We have multiple ways to set up for really strong damage output with the Terapagos. Mainly the simple core, first off, Tornadus or Shifu. Really strong, really impressive. We've seen how well Tornadus or Shifu has done throughout Generation 9. And it usually forces a defensive Terra sometimes with the opponent because they can't protect in front of Urshifu. Sometimes they might have to go for that defensive Terra, and if you can get that defensive Terra, works extremely well because Terapagos can come in, go for that Starstorm, be super effective against the opponent because of how Stellar Terra works, and dish out quite a bit of damage. That Choice Specs giving it immediate offense pressure. And you might have noticed this Terapagos has only 2 moves because really, most cases, you're just clicking Starstorm a bunch of times. It can be very risky, but there is a benefit here, and that's because Amoonguss is a very common Pokemon in the format right now. Having access to Sleep Talk can be pretty big, so you could switch into Spore, or if your Terapagos just gets put to sleep through Spore or some other metric, then when you go for Sleep Talk, you're guaranteed to roll Terra Starstorm, unlike if you had multiple attacks. Of course, the downside if you don't have multiple attacks is if you run out of PP with the Terra Starstorm, or some cases where you need the extra coverage, or like playing against Wide Guard as well could also be a thing, not having a single target attacking move. So there are downsides, but it is an interesting risk reward factor. Paired up with these, just pretty classic. The Chi-Yu here pairs well with their Urshifu, the offensive combination, and Terapagos is able to take advantage of the Beats of Ruin. So it's really hard to switch into the combination of the Chi-Yu plus the Terapagos, and you can't tear out of your way there. And then Incineroar and Rillaboom finally to round out the core because you have double fake out pressure to help support the Terapagos plus the Urshifu specifically. And U-turn Parting Shot can get Terapagos or one of your more offensive mons in safely. If you'd like to check out the details of the team and the creator, they'll be linked in the description down below. Calyx, Shadow Rider, Glim, Mora, Dondozo, Tatsugiri, Chi-Yu, and Whimsicott. Oh, great. All right. We have Glimdozo. Does that mean they're leading Glim? I don't know how I'm supposed to lead against this team because not sure. I like Chi-Yu Torn, but Glim is a bit annoying. Yet it's probably manageable if their only rock moves Meteor Beam. Although I don't know if they're running Meteor Beam on this team. I do like Torn. I like Chi-Yu. I like the Urshifu because it can break through Dondozo with some help. And then I think it's Terapagos because Rillaboom's like okay, but I don't think it's necessary. Terapagos just kind of powers through, especially a Terra Dondozo. And even if it's not Terra, like I still do a ton of damage to it. Let's figure out what they are going to lead here. Gonna be the lead of the Glimora Whimsicott. All right. I don't know if there's a Meteor Beam going to be intact, but I do like the idea of just going for a Protect and a Heat Wave. Yeah, I just like getting the huge amount of damage that I possibly can. And if the Whimsicott is Focus Sash, then it's a pretty good spot. We are going to see a switch from Whimsicott actually immediately, which I'm a bit surprised about. What is coming in? It is going to be that Chi-Yu. Oh, so they didn't bring Dondozo Tatsu. All right. Or maybe they brought Tatsu, but they definitely didn't bring Dozo. So we are able to get a Protect off, which is nice. Heat Wave does land on both, so I break a potential Sash on either, which is pretty good. Power Gem. Okay, so they reveal Power Gem. Not great. I don't hate this spot though for what it is. I think I just go for a Tailwind and I go for a Protect. And then next turn I just click Surging Strike's Heat Wave. That Glimora took the Heat Wave a lot better than I expected though. It might be Assault Vest based on the damage. So we get a Tailwind up. Cali is going to be a bit difficult. Dark Pulse going to come out in a Torn. I'm able to tank it. They go for a Mortal Spin. That puts me in an awkward spot, actually. Because I'm Covert Cloak, I survived a turn, which actually isn't super ideal. I'm just going to go for Snarl and Protect. Because I need a Mon that can hit a Terragrass Glim out on the field. So Snarl, I missed the Glim, which is not great because... Oh, that's really not good. They Dark Pulse in a Torn. Mortal Spin again, probably. Yep. Okay, so Chiyu goes down. That's acceptable. I'm going on an Urshifu. The problem is if I get poisoned, it actually becomes really weird for my Terapagos. I'm bringing out Urshifu. I'm going for a Bleak Wind into their side, and I'm going for Surging Strikes into the Chiyu. Bleak Wind covers a Terra Grass, but it's not going to KO the Glim. If they switch in Whimsicott, it goes down. I just feel like if I ever target down the Glim, then it's a pin for Toxic Spikes doing a lot. I mean, at least the Bleak Winds... I have missed so many Bleak Winds. I was trying out this team earlier, and I just kept missing Bleak Wind. I did get rid of Chiyu. They're probably getting rid of my Torment Power Gem, I'd imagine. I don't think you should Mortal Spin, but maybe you do to stall out an extra turn. No, yeah, the Power Gem. All right. So Torn goes down. Bring out the Terapagos. That's not poisoned, so that's at least one positive. Whimsicott comes in. All right, Terra Shift activates, not that big of a deal. We're gonna go for the Star Storm. We're gonna target down the... I want to target down. Do I don't... I guess Terra doesn't matter here. Actually, no, I should go for the Star Storm anyway. Yeah, I should go for the Star Storm. And I guess I'm gonna Surging Strikes. I don't know if those Comet KOs the Glim from here. If it does, it might be, but the problem is if Whimsicott Moonblast or Shifu, I lose to Shifu, which is not great. So we will go for the Terra. I'm pretty sure that the Glim is Assault Vest at this point. Power Gem and Mortal Spin, there's just so many indicators now. Bring out the Terra on the Terapagos. We are going to see a Terra from my opponent, so this is going to be a super effective hit into that slot. It is going to be the Glim, which I'm not too surprised about. Okay, into Terra Grass. Is this a Tailwind from the Whimsicott? And who is faster, the Glim or the... They went for Taunt, huh? Maybe for Calm Mind, but I actually think they lose the game off that because I get a Surging Strikes off into the Glim. Which, even if it's Assault Vest, I'm pretty sure that Stellar Terra, it is going down 100%. So, I mean, I will take it because these Toxic Spikes don't matter. These are my last two Pokemon, which I was trying to fight for getting a free switch to Terapagos to make sure I didn't get poisoned so I can pin a slot. I think that Glim is probably just really bulky. I kind of assumed it after it was taking the damage really well for my team. But yeah, a Starstorm just pins every slot. The Glim couldn't switch out if it's Calyx in the back. Starstorm should bring the Whimsicott to focus at. That's a bulky it's a bulky Whimsicott. Goodbye, Glim. And when Peter's out. Is this Callie? Should be Callie, right? There's no way it's not. Yeah. They can't Terra anymore. I have no idea about their item choice. I only think Fake Tear Psychic would be super scary, and they need to have that specific set. I'm going to go for Aqua Jet into the Whimsicott to try and put in range, because I think it might live the next Starstorm since we don't have the Stellar boost anymore. I think I need to Aqua Jet to pick up the KO there. And then I could deal with the Kali, I think, with Terapagos or Terapagos. Tailwind comes out from the Whimsicott, not too surprising. We're going to see a Draining Kiss, actually, but yeah, I didn't target the Calyrex slots, so this works out. It's also Life Orb, which is fantastic. The Star Storm, we only need one move out here. We only need one move out here. Here comes the Star Storm. Goodbye, Whimsicott. The Calyrex is now in range of another one, it looks like, and yeah, this should seal up the game. All right. End game Terapagos, just so strong. Even after like the terrible start, we were able to really just pull through because of how strong Terapagos was against their team. Just forcing Terras with this team and like a defensive Terra because of her Shifu, and then just being able to pressure is so big. Yeah, we just go for Aqua Jet plus thing. I don't think there's a way they could possibly knock out Terapagos in one shot, so I'm always just guaranteed the Star Storm. Draining Kiss does not get enough healing. Okay, really solid. Really solid. Farigiraf, Incineroar, Calyrex, Ice Rider, Amoonguss, Urshifu, and Pelipper. Wide Guard Pelipper is a threat to Terapagos here. Or Terapagos here. Let's see. Pelipper's a threat to Terapagos because of Wide Guard. Yeah, Wide Guard is actually kind of concerning here. Also, I can't break through with the Chi-Yu immediately as I would like. I think I want to go with Urshifu and Incineroar then, because I have Taunt on this Incineroar. This is tricky because the Pelipper makes the matchup a lot harder. I think in the back I would probably want Terapagos plus Chi-Yu, because I think I still want Chi-Yu just for the Beads of Ruin, because I think it's pretty valuable still. The Rillaboom could have been helpful, but I don't know if they're bringing Urshifu. Actually, they should bring Urshifu, right? Is it Urshifu, Pelipper, Kali, Ice, and then Filler? I'd probably bring Incineroar. Maybe I'd bring Farigiraf. I could see it. This is gonna be a tough one. Rain is really difficult. I need to get rid of Wide Guard Pelipper as quick as possible. Kali Ice is super threatening. There's a lot of threats on this team, and I mean a lot of threats on this team. I would say this is not a very good matchup, but we'll see if we can power through it. We have tools. We have Taunt on Incineroar, which is pretty valuable, as well as we could take advantage of the rain, I suppose. Oh, they leave Peli plus okay. Peli is not a great lead here for me. I mean, if they have, what's it called? If they have Farigiraf, like, I think it's over anyway. I'm just clicking Fake Out and Surging Strikes to Pelipper. I'm just clicking Fake Out plus Surging Strikes to Pelipper. If we're gonna trade a Pokemon, then Fake Out and Surging Strikes will help out here quite a bit. A retreat or Shifu? What? Oh, Farigiraf? I guess they want the knock on a my Urshifu, which makes sense. Knock off it or Fake Out fails. I do get Surging Strikes off into the Pelipper for some decent damage, I suppose, under the rain here. I guess this position's not awful though. As long as I KO the Pelipper, I should be in an okay spot. So Hurricane going to come out into the Urshifu, picks up the knockout. All right. So I'm going to bring out Terapagos. Did I bring out Chi-Yu? I think I bring out Terapagos. And I think I take the knockout on a Pelipper here with a single target Star Storm. I don't think they should ever click Trick Room here, but I am going to taunt the Farigiraf just in case anyway. Looks like it is Ma's Pelipper, so I am able to KO the Pelipper. It didn't Terra, so I could have went for my Terra, which could have been better. We'll see what the Farigiraf clicks. Taunt? All right, what's your move, Farigiraf? Oh no, you were mental herb. Trick room. Okay. Wish I clicked knock off. Wish I clicked knock off. Although the Urshifu's in a really weird spot, so it has to be the Pally Ice, I guess, coming out. Yeah. If I could force Terra, that's amazing. I have no idea if I'll be able to. My play, I think, is going to be Starstorm the Calyrex and just parting shot out the Farigiraf. As long as this isn't helping hand high horsepower, I should be okay. So we will Terra our Terapagos. It looks like they attacked here with the... Oh, they should attack. Looks like they... Well, yeah, they didn't Terra the Kali Ice is what I mean to say. So this is not looking too hot. Get rid of the rain. High horsepower, actually. They didn't Glacial Lance. It's kind of huge. A Psychic Noise to prevent recovery. Oh, did they think I'm Calm Mind? Wait, this works out huge because I am able to get a parting shot off into the Farigiraf. And that gets me the free switch to Chiyu, which gives me Beads of Ruin. Starstorm could maybe come back into play. Alright, Chiyu comes in. Huge Starstorm. We have the Stellar Boost. That's so big for Kali. Oh my goodness, that damage was not enough. It's possible though. We are going to go for another Starstorm and a... I protect here? Or do I Heat Wave? I think I Heat... No, I Heat Wave 100%. Because if I lose Chiyu, it's fine. Because I can throw a Fake Out pressure off. They go for high horsepower and a Chiyu, which is fine. Alright. Gleam. That's acceptable. Alright, so Chiyu goes down. I get a free Starstorm again. I don't have the Beads of Ruin anymore, but I get enough damage into the Calyrex where I should two-shot it comfortably. Oh, if I protected, I would have just KO'd. What? Alright. I can heal, but it doesn't matter. I go Incineroar. I think I click Fake Out into Urshifu, and I click Starstorm. Do we KO the Urshifu is the thing. The thing is, the Calyrex can also attack here. But if... there's 2 turns of Trick Room. No, I'm fine. Yeah, I just go for Starstorm, and I click Fake Out into Urshifu. I guess the question is how fast this Urshifu is, but I think it should be Scarf on this team. Like, I'm pretty sure like a lot of the offense comes from being Scarf. It's if they Terra Ghost, then it's super effective Starstorm. They go for Glacial Lance, perfectly acceptable. I think August just wins. Because Incineroar goes down, I'm able to go for Starstorm, knock out the Calyrex. The Urshifu takes too much from Starstorm, and then I think I win the game. Because I don't think they can protect. Granted, they protect, I just lose. Yeah, it does live the Starstorm, but I should KO it this following turn. Don't I protect? I actually can't believe we were able to come back from this. I think it was just the power of Starstorm was just really solid. Also, they didn't get enough damage into Terapagos. If they had gotten damage to Terapagos earlier, it would have actually been really bad for me. But because they decided to focus on my Incineroar, it ended up being huge value. Because maybe they thought there was Flare Blitz or a knockoff potential. We're going to see a Terra from the Urshifu, but no Terra saving you. Terra Water? You have Aqua Jet? Because he didn't lock into a move yet, I suppose. Yeah, it's Scarf Aqua Jet, I think. Well, a crit chances to could allow you to have won, but thankfully not the case. We get one more super effective hit to round it out here. Okay, Specs Terapagos, super strong. It also really helped. I think they were fearing. I guess I could have knocked off plus. I guess knockoff technically was better than into Calyx Ice now that I think about it. Although I don't know if I would have KO'd with Starstorm because the damage that I did was because of Beads of Ruin. So I think I probably had to more like guess correctly on that more than anything. But because they didn't get the Glacial Lance damage, and yeah, it was just because they didn't get the Glacial Lance damage. Incineroar, Rillaboom, Grimmsnarl, Landorus, Fairy, and Miraidon, Sinistra. This is a really weird team because they have double terrain. So that's an interesting choice. Miraidon is a super big threat though. The damage output from that mon is quite insane. If it's Cobra Cloak, I'm gonna scream. Let's see. Urshifu's necessary. I don't know if I like Incineroar. It's pretty good as a switch though. Chiyu's pretty good. I'd say probably I like Chiyu plus Rillaboom lead wise. I think it's pretty effective for the most part. Or Shifu plus the Terapagos in the back. The main reason is because if they lead Miraidon, I have the grassy terrain set up. I have fake out pressure that I can go for as well. Chiyu plus Rillaboom kind of covers everything on their team other than Urshifu. And I don't know if they're leading Urshifu into a... or if they're leading Incineroar into an Urshifu team. So... I don't know, this is gonna be pretty difficult. The Miraidon's what's scary because we've seen how powerful the choice spec sets are, but this is screens too, which means it's gonna be hard to outbulk. It's gonna like be able to tank my attacks, and I'm not exactly the frailest. I'm kind of the frailest team out there, so we'll see. Grimmsnarl plus the Miraidon lead. So I kind of got this right. I did lead my Chiyu and Rillaboom here, so this is not a bad lead per se. I think it comes down to like their Grimmsnarl item and what they're gonna click turn one, but I will just go for a fake out. What is that? Does Miraidon get Calm Mind? I actually have no idea. Grassy Surge will activate though, which is great. You should have Volt Switch then. I'm going for fake out and Snarl, I guess, turn one. I don't know if you want to. What is this Miraidon set? Electric Seed? If it's Calm Mind, that's going to be really ugly for later. They just protect, so I could have went for the Heat Wave. Unfortunate for me, but alright. I mean, I'll get a bit of chip on the Grim, which is always pleasant, but... yeah, not what I expected. Snarl. Alright. I would like to Woodhammer the Grim. If I was them, I would go out into Incineroar, I think. I'm just gonna Snarl again though and just click Woodhammer, I suppose, into the Grim. They go for a light screen. That's acceptable. I will get the Miraidon to -1. It does get access to Calm Mind. Okay, I actually did not know about Calm Mind Miraidon as a set, but getting it to neutral helps, I suppose. And they didn't get a Reflect up, which is kind of nice. Though my Terapagos is going to have a hard time breaking through the Miraidon. They can't heal. Wait, is this Parabolic Charge actually on the... this might be Parabolic Charge on this Miraidon. Oh no. Oh no. That might not be good. We have to really, really chip away at this Miraidon. Let's see who to bring in. Probably the Landorus coming in. I'm okay with this. I don't know what the Landorus wants to accomplish, but I think this is just a free Snarl and a U-turn into the Miraidon, which I don't think is ever protecting. They go for Calm Mind again, so a little bit greedy. They're not Scarf on the Landorus, which is good to know. Or they're like animated Scarf, but that's super slow. No, they're not Scarf. Okay, Snarl, get some more damage. Ground on the Landorus. That should be a Assault Vest then, damage-wise. All right. Bulk up. What? Okay, then. I'm bringing out my Urshifu. Bulk up? What? I'm just gonna try to reduce the damage output, and I'm just gonna protect the Urshifu. What the heck is this? Like, I'm expecting Chi to potentially go down here. Actually, what moves do you even run on bulk of Landers? Are you stomping Tantrum Rock Slide? I'm just snarl to reduce the damage output, and if they get rid of oh, this is definitely Parabolic Charge then. Actually, now that I see this is definitely like Parabolic Charge. It has to be with the Landers combo. Yeah, exactly. I'm hoping they knock out the Chi so I get a free switch. That means they get recovery. Oh boy, how am I breaking through this? Do I have enough power points to deal with the Miraidon? I guess we'll find out. A Snarl again will lower its special attack. Stomping Tantrum's fine. Okay. So Chi goes down. I get a free switch to Rillaboom. And I get to click Fake Out and Surging Strikes, I think. Because unless the Landorus is A, really fast, or B, maybe a defensive Terra. It could be a defensive Terra, I suppose. I mean, Rillaboom just comes in. I click Fake Out into the Miraidon. Oh, this could be Sinistra. It should 100% be Sinistra, isn't it? They have too many turns of light screen. This has to be Sinistra, I think. Like, look at this team. This is Sinistra. This is actually a really cool and really annoying team to handle. Right? You're switching out Landers into Sinistra. There's a Lander switch. That's Sinistra, I believe. Yep. Okay. Got that read right, at least. They protect, which is... I mean, they take less damage from Fake Out, I suppose. Doesn't really change anything else otherwise. Surging Strikes, I mean... How do I break through Miraidon? I thought I was fine with the grassy terrain stuff. Chi was okay damage up, and I thought Terapagos would be enough, but... This Calm My Miraidon set is kind of demonic. I might have to build a team around this one. Because I didn't even know about this. Grassy terrain disappears. Went for U-turn, and I'm going to go for Protect with Urshifu. Close combat. The thing is, I didn't want to close combat lower my defenses because A, Parabolic Charge probably doesn't knock me out. But also B, it had Electric Seed boost. We'll find out what this turn is going to entail. Oh boy, I'm getting punished for playing passively. If this is a life do, I'm gonna like... Okay, so we have gotten some damage into this Miraidon. Terapagos will appear. I'm gonna need a crit or something, I think, on this Miraidon. What is with these texts, man? Terapagos. This is +3 special defense with light screen. I do not like my odds against it, and I don't like my odds here, but I'm gonna go for Stellar Terrastorm. I feel like if I go Rillaboom, I get punished for playing passively because Parabolic Charge should not knock me out. The question is, does close combat do more? I feel like I want to try to close combat. I'm going to try to close combat knockout. I'm playing a bit impatient, but I just don't know how I win otherwise because I feel like I'm just going to get outbulked. I feel like I need a crit somewhere, and I feel like close combat crit or the Terra crit will be my best odds of winning this. Parabolic. Yeah, as you can see, the thing... Oh, they've recovered a lot from Urshifu, though. I didn't account for the recovery from their Urshifu. Shit probably went Rilla then. Because they probably healed back to, like, full. Oh, that was a huge miscalculation then. Close combat crit. I actually did more damage than I thought. I think it did like out the Surging Strike's range. If the Sinistcha didn't attack, maybe there's a chance. Starstorm. They Calm Minded. Hey, Calm Mind's fine. It's leftovers. All right, this is really going to depend on how many turns I think of thing we're gonna have. As I go for the Starstorm, I go for the Protect. Oh my goodness, this actually can be a decently close game, but I don't know. I see outs. I wonder if I should have hard switched into Rillaboom this turn, but I just don't want to give him a Grassy Terrain recovery if I can't help it. I went for Calm Mind again. I went for close combat there. That would have actually been really good, but unfortunately I am not that good at the game. Terra Starstorm, crit. Show me a crit. Crit. That did nothing to Sinistcha. That second one did nothing. This team is evil. This team is evil. I have to go Rillaboom, which is going to power up their Grassy Terrain in response. I need a crit. I just need a crit. I just need a crit. Probably 2. 1 on each would suffice. Maybe I should have played aggressive and tried to call the Calm Mind because the Protect was a bit obvious from their Shifu there. Parabolic Charge again. Oh man, Terapagos is probably going down to the Machagacha. So if you have any chance to win the game, Terapagos, crit the Sinistcha now. You can crit the Miraidon later, but you have to crit the Sinistcha now. If you survive the Machagacha or dodge, then you have another chance to crit the following turn. And it's just not enough. Wait. Okay. That's part 1. That's part 1. But look at how disgusting this recovery is from them. I think crit should still knock out Sinistcha. Especially, well, light screen, like I crit their light screen anyway. I need a crit now, Terapagos. I need a crit now. Into Sinistcha specifically. Because you can buy, we can buy turns to crit later. But we need to crit the Sinistcha now. Or you could dodge it, or we could double dodge again. We could double dodge the Machagacha. And have a shot. Oh, jeez. Fake out. Don't tell me that's the crit I'm gonna get in this game was the fake out, man. Starstorm. Power through. Crit. Okay, it's over. It hit the Machagacha. Even if that doesn't KO, like... I think we're taking too much damage from Parabolic Charge if I'm not mistaken. I think we're taking too much damage from Parabolic Charge. Also, that did less than I thought in Grassy Terrain because I thought it did more, but sure. My win con is Jurassic Light crit knocking out the Miraidon into critting the Sinistcha, I suppose. Look, if there's a win con, I will try to play it out, but we don't KO the Miraidon. Yeah, Dragon Pulse. Okay, that's gonna KO, and then yeah, we're guaranteed losing here. because Urshifu can't break through the Sinistra. This is a wild team. I guess I would have had to preserve my strength up too. It wasn't even Rage Powder redirection. So I guess what I needed to do was what do I even do against it? What do I even do against this? I would have had probably fake out Overheat into the Grim turn 1, and even if I fake out Overheat the Grim turn 1, well, actually no, because they protected Miraidon, right? Because I guess fake out Overheat, and if it doesn't KO Grim, it's in Grassy Glide range. Deny the light screen. But I just don't see how I'm stopping Calm Minds though. This team is really sick, by the way. That team is really sick. I should probably build a version for this series, but man, that's demonic. All right, let's go over the games. In game 1, despite how messy this game was, the combination of Urshifu and Terapagos under Tailwind was too much for my opponent to handle. In game 2, it was a weird matchup as Pelipper is hard to deal with because of wide guard, and losing to Urshifu wasn't great. Somehow Terapagos was able to claw its way back into the game with strong Star Storms my opponent didn't wish for. In game 3, this team was very demonic, and the first time I've seen Calm Mind Miraidon. I might have needed to play more aggressive with Urshifu, as there was one point they allowed me to, as they read my Protect, or I needed to deny Light Screen from going up with Overheat and Fake Out turn 1. Or maybe even Fake Out Grassy Glide plus Heat Wave could have gotten it, but the Grimstar might have lived up to Grassy Terrain Recovery. Terapagos is a really interesting mon. It definitely has a lot more room to explore. It did do well just recently at the Indianapolis Regional Championship, getting 2nd place and the top 8. So it is a pretty strong pairing, and it looks like Tailwind offense is still here to stay. It's really interesting to see the direction I think Terapagos does have, and it'll be interesting to see how it evolves over time. I believe there are more ways to explore with this Pokemon, so we'll see how it goes, and we'll try out different sets as we continue on. But if you would like to check out the details of the team and the creator, they'll be linked in the description down below. If you would like to check out the rental code, it is on the screen right now. Hopefully it's still available by the time the video comes out. But of course, subscribe to the channel for more VGC content as always. And if you want to go a step further, you could go check out my coffee that is linked in the description down below for extra bonus content.